Hi, I'm Christian Ilbery and I am a lecturer in sociolinguistics at the University of Edinburgh. I'm the author of Researcher Imposed Context Collapse in Digital Ethnographic Research. And in that chapter, I discuss how when we're researching young people's digital practices, particularly the content of those digital practices, how researchers create essentially a context collapse. That is to say that young people and other people design their digital communications for a specific audience in mind. That tends to be their peers. And so the content that they upload to Snapchat or to Instagram, for instance, is designed for those audiences. When we conduct our research on those digital practices, we therefore create essentially a new context collapse where they have a new audience, the researcher, who is viewing the content that they upload to the platform. So in a sense, it's kind of incidental context collapse that we create as a researcher. So in the paper, I've discussed some strategies that we could use to mitigate the effects of the context collapse. And actually, rather than seeing it as a problem, we can see it as something that we can use to work with the young people so they're aware of the data that we're collecting. And so, for instance, in my work on Snapchat and looking at young people's posts on Snapchat, if you take a screenshot of a post, it notifies the individual that the user has done so. And whilst we might be tempted to think of that as signaling to the user that somebody is actually watching their stories, I would argue that it's a necessary trade-off in this kind of research to ensure that the data that we're sampling is responsible, and also it gives the young person some agency over the data that we're collecting. So what I actually argue then is that the affordances of apps such as screenshotting notifications and similar affordances can be utilized to overcome this context collapse and to create, to essentially give young people more agency in how their data is used.